Hantavirus will launch your OFM, and I'm going to show you exactly why and exactly how to get set up so you do not miss this wave as you missed the OF in 2020 wave. Now, a bunch of people are actually panicking about this. This is complete bullshit, just as COVID was. But anyway, this is actually for us a very good news, because I'm going to show you why. So the entire gooning economy is about to do another 6x, which is exactly what happened in 2020 with COVID. So what happened in COVID was basically they restricted travel, restaurants, clubs, gyms, anywhere where money could go. Under normal circumstances, people would split their money between these different places and other activities, but that all of a sudden they were just sitting at home with their phones in their hands in the darkness, and they couldn't do shit. So money had to go somewhere. You know, you have to get that dopamine rush from somewhere else other than the clubs. So people had to, spend money someplace. And it just so happens that OF had a massive upturn right when COVID became a thing. Here we see late 2019, it was still ass. And then all of a sudden it made another like 4x. And then it just completely exploded all the way throughout COVID, which is really good. And this is actually due to a couple of reasons. It's not just that people were sitting at home doing fuck all, but that's the main reason, of course. There were three main reasons. So one was that you were 8 hours a day on your phone. You were locked inside, you couldn't do shit. So sitting at home on your phone, obviously you need to do something. And then you had the redirected spend, as we mentioned here. You couldn't do anything, you couldn't travel, couldn't spend money on anything else. You were locked inside, especially the Americans. I didn't have this problem here in Sweden. We didn't have lockdowns. I went to Spain, I didn't give a fuck. It was all bullshit. But yeah, the biggest economy was still locked in their house, and money had to get spent. And also the supply shock. Now, as it said over here, the creators went from 120,000 up to 2 million plus, which is because a bunch of people lost their jobs and a bunch of people were, in need of money. Now, these are all facts, but what does this have to do with the Hantavirus? Now, we're gonna go and look at this right now. So obviously, if you've been anywhere on the internet the last couple of days, you see there's a bunch of death titles. There's some kind of ship sailing through here, which is gonna land in the Canary Islands. Unfortunately, not good for me. And apparently it's dangerous, blah blah blah. It's probably nothing, it's likely just a common flu like COVID was, but whatever, the media is spinning up on this. It's gonna be the next big story now that there isn't anything else to cover. So will it be the next COVID? I don't know. And honestly, I don't even give a fuck. But all you need to do is just to recognize that this is actually turning into this. It's taking shape the same way COVID did. They're hyping it up. They're, talking about, oh, we have to see where it's spread, where is it right now, and everything. There's been cases in Sweden and shit right now. If this gets serious traction, on a legal matter where they start locking people in their houses, the travel restrictions likely will return. You will work from home, and you'll be stuck with a bunch of income, and you need to spend it someplace. And you also can't go out and meet anyone, so why not spend it on your favorite OF model, basically. Now, this is actually a bit different from COVID, because we have this together with the jet fuel crisis, which is another bullshit thing, but whatever. These two will go hand in hand, and they will likely make it so that people will have a bunch of extra money now this summer to spend, because a bunch of people already, because of this and this, are not booking trips because they're scared, they're bitches, and likely if they're a customer on OF, that's the perfect person. They're all bitches anyway. Alright, let's move on over here. Now guys, obviously, you've seen my channel before, I'm gonna start pitching TG OFM, because I don't honestly see that OF is the future anymore. OF literally blew up during COVID. It's time for something else to take its place. OF is basically what Amazon and eBay were before Shopify and all these simple Wix solutions where anyone can make their site any place. So, the market's gonna have to spread out, and it's gonna mean that people move away from OF altogether and move into, for example, TG OFM, which is the only viable option right now. Because the problem with these traditional social platforms is that they're regulated in such a way where what you say is regulated. You can get banned for suggesting a meetup or whatever, and this is not something they do on TG OFM, because basically, as long as you're not responsible for the whatever is going on with the chatting, and you ensure that everything on your end with the selling images is legal, it's all good. So that's basically why there's a big ass upside. So OF obviously has a 20% cut. That's industry standard. It's going to be like that everywhere, because you can't find a payment provider which will allow you to be under that unless you're getting fucked in the ass, which nobody wants. And there's this deplatforming risk which we just mentioned, and the massive social stigma. Now, obviously, if you're an OF customer, they're not that stupid that they're gonna be falling for OF forever, you know. You have to make them fall for something else now. So, now obviously if you're a customer on OF, you are now the fucking laughingstock of the entire world. Everyone knows you're chatting to some guy in the Philippines or some guy in Nigeria. The customers have caught on to this pretty fast, you know. It might have taken 6 years, whatever, but they caught on to it, alright? So now the best pitch you can do to a customer is to basically say, alright, for my best fans, I'm gonna drop my private Telegram, you can DM me, none of this bullshit, it's private, it's exclusive, it's directly to me, and they will move there in a heartbeat, because OF has bad stigma, and they feel like a schmuck, some of them. The smarter ones might already feel like schmucks and might have left the model already, but this hasn't reached TG-OFM yet. And TG-OFM, we're also expanding into WhatsApp, so it's going to be there as well. It's going to be, we're looking into iMessage. The issue there is that we need hardware, so we need to open a whole server room and have a bunch of Mac minis and stuff like that, but that's going to come in the future as well. So there's a bunch of things that they're going for TG-OFM to be the next wave right now. We are not the only ones in the scene. We have a handful of competitors, but I'd argue that we are the most advanced, as we have a serious CRM as well behind us. So the second lockdown wave won't just pump OnlyFans this time, it will pump TG-OFM. And those who get everything set up and ready in order before that are gonna make a shitload of money. Now, I'm gonna pitch TG-OFM once more. There's no customer sign up, alright? They're in your Telegram DMs, you drop a link, they don't need to sign up. Unless they're in a restricted geo, which is, it's a legal demand that if you're from the UK, you need to do a KYC. But that's done post-purchase with us, because that's legal as well to do it post-purchase. Now, there's no social stigma to have a Telegram. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Of course I have Telegram on my phone. What are you, retarded? Yeah, it's got 1 billion users apparently, so there's no social stigma. It's not suspect at all. There's no overhanging ban risk for agencies or creators, because you can suggest meetups, you can do whatever, it's your right. Who gives a shit? You're selling the image. That has to be done legally, and we're not the only ones, so we're not in any risk. All our contracts say exactly what we're doing. Now, there is no Inflow subscription. Inflow, I like Inflow. Fun fact about Inflow, they're registered in the Canary Islands, where I also have an apartment, so that's pretty nice. They cost $180 a month for all of my models. These people are literally charging you around, like, and these models were average, let's say 15 to 30k a month or something was what they were pulling in, dollars obviously. And I had to pay 180 bucks a month per each model. And yeah, that was absolutely insane. And yeah, with KVIQA, which I'm gonna plug right here, I'm just gonna write it down so you can go check it out. It's exactly like Inflow. We built it to be basically Inflow, but obviously improved and dedicated to Telegram, WhatsApp, and iMessage shortly as well. So there's no fees, it's completely free. We've made it so we can onboard agencies easily. Now, I've been yapping for a while, obviously self-plugging and stuff like that, and this is what you should actually do to profit off of this Hantavirus wave. So don't just hope for an outbreak. You know, personally, I'd rather not have one, but monetarily, I would like one. So just put your systems in place, you know, get the Telegram channel built, fix your bot funnel with, I show everything in this video I published yesterday. So you have the bot funnel, the traffic sources, and you can start redirecting some of your traffic from Reddit, IG, straight up into Telegram, and this way you are diversifying your audience. So in case this does come to happen, or in case your account on OF gets banned, you can funnel them from Telegram, which is one of the safest places to have your audience, over onto, let's say, Fansly, or you can keep them on Telegram and sell there, or onto WhatsApp. It doesn't matter to us. And you can also get everything set up just ready. So the downside, if this doesn't turn out to be a big issue, which it's still an issue, it's gonna, you know, people are gonna stay at home this summer in a larger extent because jet fuel crisis and Hantavirus scares people from booking flights. But the downside, if it isn't big, is you still have a working OFM. You've moved some of your audience over to Telegram, you can move them easily back. It doesn't really affect you at all. You can easily move them back and forth. So after yapping a bunch, guys, I'm going to show you where to go next. Now, obviously, this video, I show how to set up your entire Telegram scene. If you want to do OFM on Telegram, it's the entire profile setup, channel setup, how to set up KVIQA, all of that in 20 minutes. So those 20 minutes, by the way, show you how to automate everything within KVIQA as well. So you don't have to waste a bunch of time posting in channels. KVIQA does that for you. And once you've done that, you can also make sure to join this channel on Telegram. This is basically just us posting a bunch of results and stuff like that from KVIQA. And if you're a big agency, because we are actually working with quite a few big agencies nowadays. So if you're a big agency, just DM me here. We'll get on a call and yeah, we'll discuss how we can onboard you ourselves, because some people need help with Telegram accounts. And if you're big enough to make a bunch of money, obviously it's worth investing our time in helping you diversify. So don't be the guy who watches OF6X again from the sidelines twice. Catch you in the next one.
Blow bands, blow bands, blow bands.